Hey, welcome back. It's been a few days. Yes. And oh, what a few days makes or does. Before I start talking my life away, if you do not want to hear anything I have to say, and I am going to talk a little bit about astrology, some word meditation, and house cleaning, keeping whatever items, which is very few, skip ahead. The timestamps are in the description box. If you are here to stay and listen to me go on for a minute, thank you. Welcome. This is for you too. And I am drinking my tea. I apologize. So, housekeeping, don't forget, and oh my God, it's like not a big deal to so many other people, I'm sure, but we reached over 1,000, and that is insane for a new channel, in my opinion. I am so thankful to all of you. I saw it this morning, this morning I think I saw 1.1. Yeah, I took a screenshot, and I'll have to put it up in the community thing. 1.1 on 1/11/2026, which is a 1. So we got 11/11 all around today. And we're going to talk about that a little bit too. But I cannot believe, it's lovely. And it means so much to see you all, resonate with the messages is one thing, and it's the reason for doing this. It's the only reason for doing this. But then to have those little moments like, oh, you like me, really like me. That's stupid, but it's sweet. And I love that. And I'm so thankful. And I'm doing this for us. It was something that I was called to a long time ago, and I thought about it off and on for years. And I won't get into all of that again now. If you want to hear a little bit about it, it's in the intro video that I first posted when starting the channel, which was not that long ago. Like what? A month and a half ago? 2 months? 2 months ago? Something like that. Not long. So this is incredible. We are on this journey. We're doing it. And, this is a collective, and I want us to be a community. Speaking of, if for any reason you do not resonate with any messages that I get, or the storyline that sometimes continues on for a very long time, I understand it may be for a specific person. Check out the subscriptions portion, page, tab, or whatever of this channel, and you will see people that I follow, the channel follows. Personally, I think they're all amazing, and I recommend every single one of them. Otherwise, I wouldn't follow them. That being said, if you like the message, make sure you leave a thumbs up. If you don't, it'd be nice if you could tell me why or what it is that you want more of. Not necessarily a thumbs down, but, do you? I'm not going to stand in your way. You feel how you feel. I understand. But be sure to leave a comment if there's something that you like or want more of. If there's something that you like, even like one of the decks that I use, and I use a lot, I know that, and I go back and forth, and I'm not always consistent with that, but that's because I am an intuitive reader, and I go with what I feel is needed for that time. Also, if you want notifications of when videos come out, make sure you double tap the notification button when you subscribe to the channel. Yes, I think that's right. That's it, housekeeping. Okay, so I want to get into a little bit high level because I am not an astrologer. I repeat, I am not an astrologer. So I can only tell you things that I've heard and high level of what I know to be happening. I did break out my handy dandy notes this time versus like from memory or just written down on a scrap piece of paper. Right now, we still have some major planets in Capricorn. In fact, I think it's like our inner planets. There's a cluster. And it's until about mid-month, or it's all coming together in mid-month, I should say, but it's going to be shifting from Capricorn into Aquarius. If you listen to any astrologers, you know that this is a big deal, society-wise, or societal. There are a lot of things that we've already been seeing, and we're probably going to see a lot more. Again, I'm not an astrologer, but if you go and listen to one of the few that I do follow, that the channel follows, they'll talk about this. There's like huge shifts into breaking free from the status quo. Individually, that's major. And then planetary wise, societal wise, it's the same. This is the energetic shift. We're all going to be feeling this on some level. So, we're going to see more things. If you watch the news, I try not to. It's not good for my health. But it's really hard also to tell what's real and what's not. And I think that that's something that a lot of us are going through our own personal transitions with as well. Where is the line between fantasy and reality? And where do you fall on it? Where do you want to be in those worlds? And is there a way for them to collide? Aquarius is kind of saying, yeah, there is. Like, let's break away from the norms. Let's not worry about what has always been. These family systems foundations, right? These generational foundations that no longer fit the narrative, whether that's for you as an individual or, again, globally, right? Politically, socially, whatever. So the planets that are, let me think about this. The planets that are in Capricorn that are moving, I know Mars is moving, I believe in January, towards Pisces, which is going to take it from this get it done on behalf of Venus energy, and that's around mid to late January, into this very compassionate, but where's the boundary? It's going to be confusing if you don't set the things now. So that's kind of like, we have like a very short window right now, and this being another portal day. And I'm doing this in quotations because it seems like, especially here in the last few months, that there's been a lot of portals of sorts, right? Well, yeah, there's been major shifts for the first time in a very long time. For some of us, the first time in our lifetimes, and for some of us, the last time. This is how huge these things are. So tonight, if you have any space or time this morning, depending on where you are in the world, for some ritualistic, cleansings of self, detoxing of self emotionally, and then setting your intentions for what it is that you want to accomplish right now from heart center, especially because Venus and Mars are still working together a little bit, right? And which is good because Mars is exalted in Capricorn. But this is when Mars will take the action and get it done. So you need to speak your truth from your heart, your intentions. And that's the direction that Mars will make sure it goes. So that way, when it takes the action, and it will take it immediately if you allow it, right? Like, this is what it does for us. It meaning you. Okay, sorry. When the planets are in these spaces, when they're in these houses, when they are in going through these shifts or these retrogrades, and retrograde is not always bad. Sometimes a retrograde is very good because it forces us to look at something for a second, or it gives us a break because, for example, Jupiter is in retrograde. Sometimes that's a break because Jupiter is big. So the things that it moves forward in is big, right? So sometimes we need that. But when you think about where these planets go, high level, and the houses that they're in, when they're in, and the energy that it's creating or shifting, I should really say shifting, because energy, it just continues. But anyway, when it's shifted, the impact it has on us is then our ability to shift as well in this 3D physical, right? Like, so there's the 3D physical, like big high level scheme of universe, right? All these things that are happening, the tug, the pull, that's the same thing, the tug and the pull, the tug, the push, the symbiosis, which that word symbiotic and symbiosis, it keeps coming up for the last, 2 or 3 weeks, actually. But all of these things that work together, whether we like it or not, impact us at this very small, we are but a speck level, right? And when that happens, we have this opportunity to collaborate. Well, it's always happening. We always have the opportunity to collaborate. But right now, it's like big stuff, huge stuff. So I can tell you, like, the primary theme, right, of this period right now is the shift from the structured stuff which is what Capricorn does. It does the list. It says, okay, this is how we're going to do it. And it starts taking the steps. But we're about to go into the innovative now. So if you didn't do it, if you didn't make the list, if you didn't check it twice, if you're not right now, today, speaking from heart center, Venus, your love, right? Whatever that is for you, and letting Mars say, okay, you're sure this is what you want? Let's go. Do its thing. Then you're about to go into this more, well, you're probably actually, okay, so you're going to go into it, we're all going into like this rebellious phase because of Aquarius. Rebellious meaning we're not going to do things like we did before. That's good for some people. That's absolutely what breaks out of cycles. And again, we are definitely going and have been going into new cycles. We're in the year of 1, right? But it can also mean that you repeat a cycle because the spirit, universe, all the planets, they have been and are in this kind of alignment that says, right now, where are you going? Right now, where are you going? That's your right now, where you're going. You get it? I don't know if you'll get it, but I hope you get it. And I asked that at 11:11, so that's funny, on the time. Anyway, but if not, then you're forced to repeat a cycle. And that rebellious phase then can be a complete toxic phase, meaning here you are stuck in the cycle that you've been trying, or that you were trying to get over, or that you couldn't decide if you were going to get out of and didn't do the thing. And so now you're going to be forced, because time keeps going, the wheel keeps moving, you're going to be forced to repeat. And as you're forced to repeat, you're going to rebel like crazy, and it's going to feel like your own personal hell for some. And that's what you're tasked to do. This is where you are supposed to collaborate with spirit and universe. This is where you are supposed to remember you are a co-author, a co-narrator. You have the ability to work with the energies and take the step necessary for you and your future and your path, and all for the purpose of what should be, in my opinion, your North Star, right? These shifts in the planets, the things that are happening and that are about to happen, it can help everything that you've been doing if you've been doing the work and if you are taking the steps, or you can repeat. And yeah. Now, there are some other things going on. Sorry, I'm looking at my stuff. So there is a call. I'm very curious, and then we've gotten it a lot, the Judgment card, to see if it comes out tonight, because there is this call not only to take action, but to assert yourself and bring yourself out of old patterns and cycles, as I said, and like come out of the dark cave, if you will. Neptune is part of this. It's entering Aries. Who else is entering Aries? Jupiter, maybe? No, that's a lie. Hold on. Neptune. Somebody's entering Aries besides Neptune. But Neptune is entering Aries. This is huge. That's a 14-year cycle. It's a straight up new chapter. Lots of change as a result of that. This is what they call a generational shift, because it's only, every so often, 14 years, right? No more dreaming is what Neptune says. No more dreaming. Oh, is it Saturn? Maybe Saturn. I think Saturn goes into Aries. Redefining ideals. And then, of course, because of all of this, there's the conflict potential. I think it's Saturn. I want to make sure I tell you for sure. There's some retrogrades that I think are going to happen too that I don't know. I'm going to ask y'all. I'm gonna. That's what I just said. I am going to ask you all to definitely look at some of the astrologers that know a lot more about this than I do. But I think it is Saturn. When does Saturn? Let me look at this. Yeah, it is definitely Saturn. Okay, so beginning of February. So we still have a little time. And I think that's it's permanent stay. So this is when the fire is being put, tough love. So Saturn was in, where was Saturn? Saturn was in what, Pisces? Right? Where, I think so. No. It's in Aquarius? That doesn't sound right. No. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, Pisces. Okay, I wasn't crazy. Sorry. So everything that's been happening with Saturn being in Pisces, as everybody's experienced, and that was the longest, I am so sorry, has been all about the spiritual growth, the spiritual journey, the reflection, the introspection, everything that you need to do in order, or you need to consider, you need to heal. It's all about the healing. Okay. And you've heard people say, like, let Saturn tell the story, because Saturn is absolutely with you, but telling you where you're going to be right now. And I know, like, for me, the last couple of years, because I think it's it's a permanent for a couple of years, 2.5 years. Absolutely nothing but going through the motions, the family stuff, interpersonal relationships. It's been all about that. What does it mean starting this channel? Where do I want to be? Right. And then stepping accordingly. It's now about to go into Aries. And when it goes into Aries in February, and the reason why we're talking about this right now, again, because this is another portal. This is another opportunity for you to really say, okay, here's the lessons I've learned. Here's the spiritual growth that I've made. And then here's where I'm going. Right here, right now is where I'm going. Got it? I don't know how else to say that without being to do this, don't do that. But I may have to do that anyway. So once it's in Aries, it's saying, now's the action. Now's your courage. Take the courage that you've been building up through the spiritual journey that you have. And everything that you were dreaming of, you make it tangible. Not all things happen at once. It's not like a snap of the fingers, like, oh, we're in Aries. Yay. Okay, make it happen. No, it's not like that. I wish, but it is absolutely the steps that you're taking right now that allow, when this transition happens, for them to become tangible. Does that make sense? So everything that you're working towards, you start to see it in real time coming to fruition. If you've been doing the work, if you're not closing yourself off from the journey, if you're not repeating a cycle, and you will repeat a cycle if you refuse to take the step and hold. Okay, sorry. There was a message that came in, and I want to make sure I didn't ignore you all, much less the message. And so, all of that being said, the main point of today, because it is about today. Today is Sunday, by the way, 1/11/2026, 11/11. It's another 11/11. It's important. I promise it's important. Is to make sure that you set not only your intentions, but you then set a tangible action that you can take to support those intentions. Okay. We have until late January, in the 23rd range, I think, Mars in Capricorn, until it goes into Pisces. Venus is going to go into Aquarius. So many freaking planets are going into Aquarius. It's about to get crazy. Definitely take advantage. And remember that you're protected. Okay. Do that. Don't like go crazy yourself, but remember that you're protected. And then of course, Saturn, like I said, it's ending its spiritual lessons and journey there. And then it's moving into that self-assertion and new beginnings. And again, that's important because this is it. This is the year. I hate saying, like, you might even hear some readers who are saying things like that, like, this is it. This is your last chance. Well, for a minute it is. And if you don't take advantage, again, if you don't take advantage of the alignments, if you don't take advantage of spirit and the opportunities that are presented to you, you will continue to move forward, but you will do so on the same cycle, in the same cycle. Okay. For Some, that is quite okay. They're like, yep, absolutely. I want to do the exact same thing that I did last year and the year before that, and I want the exact same results, and that is fantastic. That's all I need. And I wish I was like you. But for others, you know, there's been a lot of work that's gone into these last couple of years, especially these last 6 months even, right? A lot of work. And when you put that kind of work, the only reason why you would repeat the cycle is if you put in the work, but you haven't applied the lessons that you've learned. And so now it's about the application. It's been, as soon as we entered Capricorn, it's about the application. It's about the list. It's about checking it off. It's about making the steps accordingly. Making the steps, taking the steps. 1 second. Sure. Okay. And that is 20 minutes of, oh my God, I don't even know what I'm really talking about, but I want you to have the information as we go into the reading because, I'm going to do y'all a favor. When I shuffle, I'm going to pause, I think, because I don't like not shuffling in real time. I figured that out. It's been bugging me. Some of the readings just felt like, I don't know. So bear with me on that. Again, comments. If you don't like it, I get it. It's fine. And if you can't tell, this is probably going to be a longer reading. I hope for all of those who stuck around or in the beginning didn't want to stick around saw the timestamps. That's all I'm going to say. All right. Word meditation. So I sat here for a minute and I kid you not, as soon as I closed my eyes and just said, okay, Spirit, what is it that I need to know? I heard Shangri-La, which is a mythical place. Somehow all I know is tied to Tibet. I should probably have a better memory and I should probably Google some things before I mention them to y'all. But I don't want to do that. I'd rather be a little bit more authentic than that. But Shangri-La is the first thing that entered my brain. I don't know who that's for. I don't know what it's for. I will say that it is kind of funny if we're moving out of this kind of spiritual journey and into a more action-oriented one. That makes a lot of sense now that I'm saying it all out loud, is that there is this, this call to really, there should have been, especially when we just had that full moon in Cancer, this kind of aha moment, the shining the light on what is real and what is not, and what do you want to make real and what are you going to make real versus what you're not. You're going to leave it, right? Okay, so that was the first thing. Shangri-La, which I tied to Tibet, and so Tibet could be something for you as well. Comfort in numbers. So I know for me, I like data until I don't. I like it until I don't. And what I mean by that is I'm a very feeling-based person, but I like data that supports my feelings. It's kind of this need for control and need to be right in certain situations. And I don't like needing that either. So if that's for you, you get it. But comfort in numbers, something about that. I don't know if you need a certain number in your bank account. I don't know if maybe you like numerology. Maybe you like big groups of people. Maybe you don't. Maybe there's a max, right? Like I have my max. Then moving on, happenstance. So happenstance, it's like a coincidence of sort. Two people running into each other is the image that comes to my mind. The color green, sanctuary, Que Sera Sera, which is an old song that I know only because of my mother, but it came to my mind as I'm sitting here going through all of these words and the phrases that are coming to me. And so if it's for you, it's for you. Darth Day, by the way, is the person I know who sang it in a movie, I believe. I don't know if she was the original or not, so I'm not going to claim that. I'm just going to say, anyway, it's song Que Sera Sera. Fun loving, that phrase came, fun loving. Space, as in needing space, or for you, it could be outer space, but that just space, space. Torrential, like a torrential downpour, but torrential, that word by itself, torrential. Speed, Figaro. So Figaro, Figaro, right? Like it's from an opera. I remember it from a cartoon. And I think the translation, because I did look this one up early before starting the video. I think it's Barber of Seville. Seville, I don't know if there's a Seville somewhere else, but I would say Spain. That's what came to my mind. So Spain could be for you. And then Lost and Gargantuan. And Lost and Gargantuan, I'm almost feeling like are together somehow, like a gargantuan loss. Is that even can we say that? I don't know. Let's say, yeah, a massive or enormous defeat, right? So I feel like there is this sense of if you don't act now, like if you don't do X, Y, Z right here, right now, then you've lost it. Maybe. I mean, that is part of what's being asked right now, but remember calculated risk. So I am curious to see if we get the judgment card. We're getting ready to jump into it. I'm curious to see if we get the judgment card because that's what I kept seeing. The Page of Swords. I definitely feel like Seven of Swords. I feel like there's a cut and run kind of vibe. Things get too heavy. And then I feel like with that, there's this Five of Cups. I caution the person who is tempted to do that. I caution the person who is tempted to just cut and run because that would be easier. Like a cut your losses, like I'm just going to wash my hands of it. I caution you on that. I feel like that's going to lead to what the feelings of regret. Now, I'm a firm believer that every step you take will absolutely lead you to the next. And that means that you'll be where you're supposed to be on your path. But you don't have to do things that way just because they're available. There's, and sorry for saying it like this, but there's the easy way and then there's the right way. And right way doesn't mean necessarily like morally right. It means sometimes making the really hard, tough choices that actually hurt people because that's the right thing to do versus the easy way, which is to stay, sorry, it all comes, to stay in what you know, that cycle, that repeating cycle. Okay. So now all that said, we have almost gone to 30 minutes. Boy, and I am feeling very lightheaded and very, like almost immediately as if a fog just landed in my head. Heavy fear, heart, heavy fear, heart, heavy fear, heart, heavy fear, heart, heavy fear, heart. And the only thing that I can tell you for whoever this message is for is that doing the hard thing for the right reasons. Okay, so this is a previous conversation that's coming back to me, and I think it's going to be, I think it'll be significant to this reading, and especially on this day, you have this 11/11, okay, or this evening, I should say. Don't worry, you have time. You always have time, okay, until you don't. Remember that. But for whoever this is for, sometimes you have to. No, I don't want to say it like that. Give yourself some grace. If you've had to do something that feels bad, but it's for the right reason, meaning, let's say you had to break up with somebody, but that hurts them. So that's bad, right? Like it's bad to hurt somebody, but your reasoning for it is because that is not who you see a future with. And you want to allow them space to find the person that they can find their future with, right? It's just as you want that for you. Sometimes that feels really bad, things like that. Quitting a job because you got an opportunity somewhere else and you're about to leave a team. That can feel really bad because you've dedicated yourself, your time, your energy. There's value there in that sense. And you've created these relationships and you've built that rapport and you have like this maybe possibly cohesive kind of unit going on. And then you're like, but I got to go because this over here, this opportunity that was just offered to me, this is more aligned with where I want to be. So right here, right now, action for where I want to be. You have to align right here, right now to get there. If you don't, we'll see. And maybe that's the question. Maybe we'll do a couple of spreads tonight. I don't know. Because it's special. We're over 1,000. We're going to get into the tarot. We're going to see what comes out. I'm going to start with some oracle. I'm going to do one of all three. Yeah? I'm going to pause and I'm going to shuffle. Okay. So I shuffled that one. This one, that one, this one. This is Native Spirit. I'm going to do that. I think that'll be the best way. So that way you don't have to watch that part and, then this shuffle and we'll see what pops. Just one card. Spirit, woo! One card, Spirit. One card, please. One card. One card to guide this message. Thank you. That fell. That flew. You asked for it. Eagle medicine. All right. And then I'm going to end cap the journey of love with the Native Spirit, and then I'll end it with the angels and ancestors. Yeah? Okay, so let me shuffle. Hold 1 second. Okay. So, journey of love, Spirit, one card, please. One card. Whoa. That's 2. Let's try one more time, please. If they're meant to come back out, please let them. I don't want to know. One card. Wow. Okay. One card, please, Spirit. One card for whoever needs the message to help guide us in this reading, for whoever's allowed to know. Okay. Simplicity. I've been saying for the last week or two, with people that I've talked to, sometimes it is that simple, which sounds very, I'm going to move this out of the glare. Sorry. It sounds very dismissive from very complex feelings and emotions that life brings. But sometimes we have to dumb it down for ourselves. And I'm sorry to say it like that, but really make things simple. And then you can get into the details, which are more complicated. But you've got to start with that simple, well, what are you going to do right now for here? Right now for here. Okay. I'm going to stop harping on that. I'm going to shuffle 1 second. Okay. So I bet that looks a little weird too. I didn't even think about that. So I apologize. I'm like, yeah, hold on. And then it just goes right into the next. Sorry about that. But anyway, I kind of like this. Let me know if you hate it. If you hate it, I'm sorry. Medicine Mother. I didn't even ask. Okay. So we have Eagle Medicine. So this is going to be significant, I bet. Well, it's going to be significant anyway. But Eagle Medicine, Simplicity, and Medicine Mother. Simplicity, by the way, is the number 4 for whoever cares about the number things. What'd I say about comfort in numbers? Yeah. Okay, so let's do it. Native Spirit. We have Eagle Medicine. Eagle Medicine. Profound connection to the Creator and the heavenly realms. As the eagle soars high above the earth, it has the ability to see things from a higher perspective. Courage and stamina are filling your life. You have the ferocity to right injustice and wrongs done to you or others. This is the time to face fear and overcome it. Forgive me, but I feel like for those in the back, one more time. As the eagle soars high above the earth, it has the ability to see things from a higher perspective. Courage and stamina are filling your life. You have the ferocity to right injustice and wrongs done to you or to others. This is the time to face fear and overcome it. This is going in. This is taking your practical, your Capricorn, and going into your Aries. Okay, that's it for me. Your native spirit wants you to know, if the Eagle Medicine card has chosen you, you are at the advent of the opportunity to truly see life from a rarefied vantage point. Eagles are considered one of the most sacred of all birds in many tribes and cultures. Their single-minded fierceness, dynamic energy, and ability to soar high are part of the reason for this. This card reminds you to take heart and face fear. You do indeed have the strength to overcome any adversity. I was going to say diversity, to overcome diversity. I don't know why, but whoever needed that. But to overcome any adversity. You also have a direct line to the Creator. Your prayers are heard and will be answered in accordance with your highest good. Heart center, people. Heart center, okay? You have the capacity to channel extraordinary life force energy through your hands. For the journey, go on an inner journey and imagine that you're an eagle. Feel the power of your wings, the clarity of your eyesight, and the power of your talons. As you do this, be aware of the energy of the majestic eagle filling you. You got to face the thing. Whatever that is for you, whoever that's for, you got to face the thing. I want the books out of the way, sorry. All right, and then we're going to do simplicity, number 4. I do not remember what this card was, but there's a little saying for this card that says, there is peace for one whose heart is open. Simplicity. Bow to that which is simple. You will find answers to your most complex issues and those questions that seem to defy the possibility of an answer. You will find the solution now through simplicity. Live one day at a time. Have gratitude for whatever you possibly can, and even if you are yet to understand why, you should be grateful because you cannot perceive the gift hiding within your struggles quite yet. Trust in the goodness of life, seeking to serve you into becoming the fullness of all that you are. Yes, beloved, even in your darkest night, the light of love is serving you. The most sophisticated of problems can be resolved through a simple answer: love. Trust, have faith, be patient. Wait, and you shall see. Let simplicity be. This oracle brings you an answer. Everything is going to be all right. Don't add fuel to the fire and look for ways to sort out complicated matters prematurely. Sometimes ingredients need to cook and percolate so that they can become a meal. Oh, did we just have this card now that I think about it? Sorry. The circumstances with which you are struggling will right themselves in time. Stay present and be patient. Pray in your own way. Meditation, time in nature, dance, and literally talk to the divine. When you need to take a clear, simple action, you will feel it. Relax and know it is all going to work out for the best. Get a different perspective, eagle eye, face your fear, trust. Medicine Mother. Now, this book messes with me a little bit. So I have an elder, great teacher, hermit, high priestess. I feel like it should be, there she is. All right. So what I say, eagle medicine in this one would be significant because medicine and medicine, right? And we would think this would be about like, take a minute and relax and heal and trust. No. Honor your inner knowing. Take action. Do what you know you need to do. I love it. Mother always knows best, they say, and it's true. We all know a maternal figure who's extremely intuitive and insightful, and this medicine mother, inspired by West African tribal women, has gone through many ups and downs. She has lived and she has lost. She knows what it's like to suffer and to want to give up. So, the medicine of this card is that it's okay to make mistakes and get it wrong sometimes, and it's okay for things to come to an end. It's not the end of the world. It's just the end of one chapter and the beginning of something new. The medicine mother reminds you that even though you will have low lows, you aren't here to suffer. You're here to be supported and to support others. Let her give you the loving encouragement to take the next step forward. The extended message is that there is an old pattern rising up in you now, and it's time to deal with it and release it for good. You're being encouraged to love and respect yourself enough to take the steps you know you need to take to move closer to where you'd like to be. You already know the answers. You know what you need to do. You may have been using delaying tactics or holding back, but now you are being guided to take action. Action requires courage, but your angels and guides are bringing you the courage to move forward. Take just one step. When you do, the next one will be presented to you. I love this. I love it so much, first of all, when we get confirmations. And I say that probably all the time. And every single time I love it even more. I'm just saying, I love it. I love it so much. Okay. Get a different perspective. Be ready. Take action. This is part of the flight though, right? Part of the flight. Remember that it doesn't have to be overly complicated. You see where you want to be. You're here. You see where you want to be. Move accordingly. You have to. Or you're going to repeat the cycle. There's no way around that. It's scary. You have to face the fear. And Medicine Mother says, take the action. You're okay. It is not the actual end of the world. It is not the actual worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is that you're not here to take another step. That's the worst case scenario. Or someone else, something else is no longer here to take the step. That's why you have to take the opportunities when they're presented to you. It does not mean that it comes without sacrifice. It does not mean that it comes without pain or hurt. Those things are absolutely part of the human experience, and you will feel them. And you are responsible. You are responsible when you take on certain roles for other people. You are responsible in your participation of their feelings, not their feelings. There's a difference. You are responsible for your participation in their feelings. You are responsible for your participation in their livelihood, even depending on who it is, but not their actual livelihood. Okay. Even children are individuals. You are responsible for their care. Your participation in their care. You're responsible for your participation in their nurturing. But guess what? There are things that are going on even within their bodies that you don't know about and that you can't control. So you can't even carry all of that because they are an individual. At this time, you are being asked to recognize all of the work and all of the steps that you have already taken. And now you take a step to where it is that you are going. Where are you going? You cannot stay here if you're going here. You can't. So that being said, let's get into the tarot now. We've done I think our oracles have confirmed everything, right? Do I want to do this? I hope y'all like this deck. It's not like the most expensive deck I've ever bought, but I like art. That's the only reason why I go into all of like these different decks, by the way. For this 1111, I think we're going to clarify what color. We're going to go, we're going to do Tarot of the Abyss. Yeah, we are. Oh, look, the star. It fell open on the star. And there's all this lavender that I forgot I have right here. Hello. Pause you or not pause you? Let's shuffle a couple times with you. Yes? Okay. The oracle gets a little long because of all of the words, right? Spirit, if you can, guide us from these messages, from these words of inspiration and encouragement into this reading. For whoever this reading is for, please allow the messages to come out clearly. We have our guidance now for action, different perspective. Sometimes the answer is simple, even if the details are complicated. Now is the time. If you need to end something, end something. If you need to begin something, begin something. Take the step. Move accordingly. Yes? Okay. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the messages. Oh, hello. That was weird. What messages can we continue to receive from you? I'm taking it. King of Pentacles. He is the master of his domain. He is the one that makes the tangible decisions for his kingdom, for his family. He is considered stable. The Rock. It is about the pentacles. Pentacles can be time, money, things, but it is the tangible. Yes. Three of Wands. Making a move or waiting for something to come in. From the tangible to the sea, the emotions, it could be, but that's Wands. Listen, hear me out. Sorry. So, The Three of Wands and other decks in your more traditional, it could be like a sea where it looks like there's ships, you know, it could be a field. But here, this is absolutely an ocean. And the Three of Wands are being held by one hand, mind you, and that, you know, you have to look at that. That's an action-based, a decision that was made, a path that was chosen, and either waiting for the ships to come in, you know, the treasure to be there, or to be taken out to it. About to step on, or someone off the ship, either way you look at it. King of Pentacles. And there's the Tower. I really hope somebody's not just waiting around for a tower, because that'll be often the kind of tower that you don't want. If you're just like, yeah, whatever, I just let it all fall down. I mean, sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's just like that. Hold on, let me fix this glare. Maybe. Oh, that's not good. Oh, it won't fix. I'm so sorry. Oh, and then it gets really dark. All right, I'm going to have to move the cards. I'm so sorry. How can we do this? Here, maybe? Is that a little bit better? But then one's going to come here and it's probably going to be another glare. We'll see what happens. Okay. So the Tower, a Three of Wands followed by a Tower. A decision made, possibly. But I mean, that's really waiting for the Tower to fall. Waiting for the Tower to fall? Perhaps the Wise One. Two people here, joined by the Wise One. A lot of times this represents a marriage or a religious ceremony of sorts, but it's divine. It's divinely guided. It's ordained. That's the word I was looking for. Ordained. So a tower that comes from something ordained, and or a tower for that is ordained. An ordained tower could be for a specific couple. Queen of Wands. So we have the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands here. The Queen of Wands has the intuitive psychic ability. She works with the elements in a way, but she's also very passionate, very fiery, can be very stubborn. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is having everything that you need and want, tangibly speaking. Waiting for a tower. What? We will definitely. And then Death, transformation. Nine of Pentacles, transformation. An ending. Lovers. Death, Lovers. I'm going to put these back. They're meant to come back out. Please let them. Could be Scorpio. Could be a transformative experience for the Lovers. King of Wands. So now we have divine counterparts here. King of Wands. Also moving from passion, from a fiery place. Could be anger. Could be this Aries momentum that we're about to go into. Five of Pentacles. Two people holding on to each other in a very cold and shaky time period. I don't know why I said shaky. Maybe because of that tower. That tower is sticking with us. For me. Unsettled. Okay, Queen of Swords. Could be two couples here. I feel like these are phases, though. Standing in the knowledge. The Fool and the Knight of Pentacles. The Fool and the Knight of Pentacles. Beginning a new journey. Queen of Swords. Knowing to let go. Somebody's got to let go. Keep up the pace is what I heard. A fool's journey. A fool's journey. Wool. Requires courage. A fool's journey requires courage. Okay. Somebody's got to step forward. Somebody's got to let go, and somebody's got to step forward. This could be two storylines. Wow. You have the Four of Wands. A fool's journey requires courage for a foundation to be built. A fool's journey requires courage for a foundation to be built, and the wheel of fortune turns. This is time. This is timing. This is a big move. Moving into action and knowing. Moving into action and knowing. Well, the world. The new cycle begins. The new cycle begins. And we have the King of Wands under the King of Pentacles. Sometimes that can be significant where the cards align. There's a different way. How do you say it? Lenoran? Is it Lenoran? Lauren? I can't remember the type of reading it is. It's not one that I'm great at. I don't know it, in other words. I really want to create a shadow here for y'all, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do it without, sorry. But that can be very significant. So the fact that we have this King of Pentacles, this grounded, kind of rooted, and then there's this ship coming in, there's this tower moment, there's this huge shift, something to do with an ordained partnership, I believe, if not an ordained event, something that is divinely guided. To have those majors right there together, and then you have this Queen of Wands who's looking to see what it is that will bring her the Nine of Pentacles, and it is this transformative experience between lovers. This King of Wands, who is going through his own cycle, his own transformative experience, is not feeling too confident. In fact, both people, because of the two people, and yet there's someone standing at the door in this Five of Pentacles, and then this knowing that this is part of the process. Knowing that this is part of the process. The tower moment is that kind of aha knowledge. We'll see what else comes down beneath. But that's the fool's journey, is to take the leap of faith. The fool's journey is to take the leap of faith. That is what takes courage. And it is terrifying. That message has come out strongly a lot here lately. But for an 11-11 reading, that also makes a lot of sense. And for the way that the planets are moving, a lot of sense, because we are going into this new cycle. We are in the one. We're in it now. This isn't January 1st, this is January 11th. So we've had some time to really start building up, like, okay, here we are. We're getting ready to rev up. And if you haven't noticed, time is moving really fast. The Wheel of Fortune then comes into play because timing, this is big, major cycles, endings and beginnings. What does that look like? The Three of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, I really kind of I'm feeling like the alignment here is part of the message. But especially for this couple, this fool's journey that requires Knight of Swords. This is your action. This is your knowing. See that star, like a star in the palm of her hand and the sword there? This is the North Star. This is the truth. Waiting on the ships is not, the waiting is over. The waiting is over. The time is now. Four of Swords underneath Queen of Swords. The tower moment, this knowing, and you're being called to have peace in that. The Page of Pentacles. It's growing. It's growing. There's two birds right here on the swords as well. Hold on, I'll show you. See? That's intuitive. You could even look at that as the Six of Swords, a representative of going into a smoother transition here from choppy waters into something that's a little bit more peaceful and intentional, even is the word that came to mind. And that those birds, two birds on top of Four Swords, birds, because they represent flight, they represent air, which is representative, swords represent air. So that's where I'm saying it's like a Six of Swords in that sense. And then you have your Page of Pentacles, who holds the key. This is the new opportunity. The tower moment, the knowledge that comes in, perhaps this aha moment that is absolutely earth-shattering. Earth shattering? That doesn't feel right. Earth shaking? Well, I mean, it's the foundation. It shakes the people out of the house there. They've got to come back down to reality. Another reader says that. That's not my own. I'm not going to take credit for that. But I feel like it is this aha moment. It's an understanding. It's an understanding. Real versus fantasy. How do you make it real? But let's continue. Let's continue. The sun. This is the wise one, the fool, and the sun. The wise one, which is the Hierophant. That's three majors that come underneath each other right here. This is big time shifts. Big time shifts. A shift of how you approach. How you approach. A shift of how you approach. Tell me more. Continue this, please. We have a high. Oh, I love this card. The moon. A shift in how you approach. And if there was ever a card that looked like the lovers who were intertwined and connected, regardless of space, see the gap there between the two cliffs edges, but yet they are absolutely connected. And is the energy going back to them? Are they feeding each other? Are they separating? I mean, it's up for interpretation. With the sun here, I'd say illuminating the moon, the sun being the star that illuminates, the North Star, the wish coming true. I would say that they are being connected, pulled together, woven together. I heard woven together with the Wheel of Fortune here. For some reason that feels significant. Queen of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, and the moon. There is a knowing here. There is absolutely a knowing here. Four of Pentacles. Fear is present. This is holding. This is hiding. So you're being called. Knight of Pentacles takes courage. You've got to take action. You no longer have a choice. If you don't, everything that you worked for, you're going to repeat a cycle again. And the things that you wanted to hold, you're not going to. 10 of Wands. That's the burden. That's the burden. It's been a long journey. Now is the time. You're right there. 10 of Swords. This is definitely... The holding back is no longer acceptable. That's what I heard. The holding back is no longer acceptable. So you will complete whatever the cycle is, period. Done. Where you go from this cycle, this completion. Give me one more to close it out, Spirit. One more to close it out. Yeah, that's what you're worried about, the 8 of Swords. But that 10 to that, oh, is that the, hold on. The 10, okay, one more. 10 to the 8, the 10 of Swords to the 8. Is this the closing out of the cycle? Page of Cups and 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is the hope. You're moving into a more hope. You gotta be careful with that too. Page of Cups. Allowing the emotions, the good stuff, to fill the cup, which allows you to give and to take. Necessary. Yes. Knight of Cups. Yeah. That's the action from Heart Center. Oh, the 6 of Pentacles to the 9. Okay. Definitely. And 6 of Wands on the bottom. So I want to clarify this 3 of Wands more than anything. It's driving me nuts. Right now. The 3 of Wands. Waiting. Waiting? Are you waiting? This 3 of Wands to the Tower. Are you waiting for a tower? Is this person waiting for a tower, or are they about to receive something? Are they waiting for a tower or creating a tower? Tell me more about that. 3 of Wands to the Tower. Waiting for a tower or creating a tower? I felt explosion, like emotional explosions last week strong. It's this person, this King of Pentacles, which I think it is, whether that's you or who you're dealing with, waiting for a tower or creating one. Can you tell me more? There's communication here. Spirit's trying to talk to you. I think this is your aha moment. Okay, 4 of Cups. See the offer from Spirit here? Maybe that you've been ignoring, and I don't think you're going to be able to ignore it anymore because you have the 8 of Wands. See that waterfall? Waterfalls, they don't ask permission. They're big energy. That's communication about feelings. The 3 of Wands to the Tower. What is the Tower then? Let's see. I think Spirit's been trying to talk to you. That's the first thing, and you've been trying to ignore it. Wow. That's the holding back, the 4 of Pentacles. This 4 of Pentacles for me in this deck, however, is all about, do I do it now? Wait, what do I do? It's very contemplative. Seeing like, okay, I have these. It's not like a tight grip. It's not it's not killing the sunflowers. It's not holding them so tight that he can't give them. It's very contemplative. Like now, is it now or wait? Now or wait? Now or wait? And I think Spirit has been trying to talk to you about that. The Tower moment, the 4 of Pentacles, the Tower moment. Yeah, Temperance. Spirit, timing, the timing. The perfect mix, this equal, I heard equal give and take, but that's not what temperance is typically about. But maybe within yourself, this equal give or take. The Tower into the Hierophant, the Tower into the Hierophant. This Tower moment is definitely, I think it's your aha. Now or later? Now or later? Yeah, the World again. It's an understanding. That's your close and your beginning. The flowers are opening. The flowers are blossoming. That's your close and beginning. That's your perfect balance there. This is definitely something to do with you having a new understanding, perhaps. All right, so tell me about this Death card and the Lovers. Is this a breakup or a come together? A breakup or come together for whoever this message is for? Is this a 2 of Wands and 3 of Pentacles? 2 of Wands is usually a decision, contemplating in this card for me. A path chosen, the path, you know, like if I could go anywhere in the world, where would I be? The 3 of Pentacles is about working together to make the things happen. So the Death card to the Lovers. So is that breakup to just a makeup is what I heard. But is that an ending for the Lovers, or are these 2 people coming together? I think that's 2. I want to see it. Oh, I want to see it. The Fool was on the bottom, but this is strength. For me, this is coming together. This is a balance. But let's see. With the Fool on the bottom, courage, a fool's journey. A fool's journey takes courage. Takes a step and courage. You have to take a step. Tell me about the Death card, please. There's the King of Wands, which is where, I mean, so you could be dealing with a Leo. This could be about that Aries energy that we're all about to go through. This is definitely action oriented. This is about the wand is getting ready to be used for the next course. And you see, not only is there a lantern, that's so funny. Not only is there a lantern to help guide, the bag is packed, ready to go. Boots are on and laced. The lion on the shirt and the map behind. Okay, so this is definitely about taking the move. Taking the move? Taking the move. That's what I heard. Okay. Then what's this Five of Pentacles for the Queen of Swords? What's this Five of Pentacles? Is this now or in the past? Where are we? The Wheel of Fortune. Time keeps on slipping into the future is what I heard. And the Moon card, I'm taking it. I felt it. I'm taking it that time. So we have that. We have double confirmation for both. We're getting several double confirmations here. The Queen of Swords. So the Queen, we have Queen of Wands, we have King of Wands, we have King of Pentacles and Queen of Swords. Are these the same people? Are these the same people? Queen of Swords. There's a confidence here. There's the Fool again. So it was, and the Hermit. Taking all of it. That Fool. Knowing what you have to do, having searched within, you have gone within, you know what you have to do now. That Queen of Swords, okay, remember, this is not about gender. It is about the energy, feminine, masculine. And the Queen of Swords is a very masculine, feminine energy, okay? Just go with it. But, so it could be, regardless of what your gender is, or how, you know, it doesn't matter about that part. It really doesn't. This is the energy, okay? But this is absolutely having gone within and done the work. What is that? The pinnacle? The pinnacle is what I heard. Reach the pinnacle. You've reached the pinnacle. So with the Strength card, courage to do what needs to be done. The Fool's journey starts with courage. Yes, the Empress and the Nine of Pentacles. The Empress and the Nine of Pentacles. So I do feel like the Empress is the Queen of Queens. There's the 5. There's the 6. The 5 going into the 6. This is forward movement. This is momentum. This is growth. Okay. But growth to what? You have Death and then the Lovers. You have transformation for the Lovers. Finding their way, I heard. There's heartbreak. What did I say? Growth from what? Is that what I said? Growth from what? Growth from, oh, the healing. Growth and healing? Yes. Yes. Sorry. Confirmation. Your Ace of Cups. Yeah. From the Three of Swords to the Ace of Cups. The growth and your healing. That's been the journey. And there's the Page of Cups. I heard fuck it. I'm sorry. I heard fuck it. Here we go. Let's see what happens. That's what I heard. Normally I would hear that with like a Knight of Wands or something. But I'm hearing, I'm done. Let's just, you know what? We're going to do it. Oh, you know what? We're going to do it. There it is. 6 of Pentacles. That's a nurturing, healing energy for all. The Magician, making it happen. That 6 of Pentacles to the Magician. 6 of Pentacles is like a minor for me, for justice. And there's the 8 of Pentacles. That's the work that's going in behind everything that you've been working on right here, right now. Make sure you do your rituals tonight. Make sure you get aligned. Have a conversation with your star player. That's you and your inner side. That's what I heard. And your inner side, going with it, but also with spirit. Okay. Have the conversation right now. Right now. Have the conversation right now. Yes. King of Swords. And now we have King of Swords, Queen of Swords, King of Wands, Queen of Wands. We have Empress, which is a major for the Queen of Pentacles. Sorry, that was the 5 of Cups, and I did say that I thought it was going to come out. If you don't move, and you see that eagle, this is important, the eagle spirit, you have to see it. You have to let the eagle guide you. You have to let what spirit has been trying to tell you. That's your action-oriented card right there. Not the It's not about the wands in this one. There it goes. And there's the step. There's the step. That 7 of Wands is very different in this deck. And then, so we're closing it out. We have the moon spirit. We have the sun to the moon. The sun and the moon. The sun and the moon. The sun, the moon, the stars. 4 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, and 10 of Swords. What are these 10s? What are they? And they're this Hierophant. This is the conversation with your star player. This is the conversation with spirit right here. You have to do it now. You're about to make some very tough calls. Yes, Knight of Swords. Yep, dangerous. It's a little living on the edge right there. You're about to make some tough calls. The 10 of Wands and 10 of Swords. This is putting an end to all of the... What is it putting an end to? An end to all of the what? I don't want to say it unless I know it for sure. An end to all of what, Spirit? 10 of Wands and 10 of Swords is putting an end to 6 of Cups. That's past. Remembering, you see how he's looking at the necklace? Remember when I bought you that? Remember when I gave you that? That no longer has a place. Letting go. Something, letting go. Oh, whoa. Okay. 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords. I get so excited. Ace of Wands and the 8 of Cups. Yeah, the new opportunity. It's about the new cycle. It's about walking towards your 9 of Cups. It's about taking the step. Come hell or high water. You have 6 of Swords here. Do I have the notes down? Is that right? Yeah. I saw the Tower. I'm not taking it. If it comes out, it comes out. But I did see these 6 of Swords to the 7 of Swords. You have to move forward. Come hell or high water. Hell or high water is significant. There's a High Priestess in there. If they're meant to come out. There's the Lovers. And there's the 4 of Swords. Whatever faith... Yep, no, I'm doing it. That's what I wanted to do. I don't know why. Whatever faith you had before... You have to cling to it now. Come hell or high water. Everything that was is not. If you expect, and there is a cycle closing out here. There is a new chapter that's starting. So for the person that is worried, if they could, there's judgment. The person, I said 7, the judgment card, the 7 sword. For the person who, hello. And there's the Devil. Now this Devil card, the Lovers here that are chained, they're not, you see, like hands are free and like they're fine. It's kind of like, I don't know, what are you going to do? I don't know, what do you want to do? I don't know, but one of us has got to do something. And we are in Capricorn season. This judgment to this is no longer working. It no longer works. If you don't like it, then you better do something else because the other person is about to. That's what that equals. If you don't like it, you better do something else because the other person is about to. This is the time we're in. This is that Mars and Venus energy. This is that Saturn is moving out of the spiritual lessons and into the actual action-oriented Aries. Whether you like it or not, come hell or high water, shit's about to change. I am so sorry for the language tonight, but it's happening. Yeah. Queen of Cups. For the love of everything. For the love of everything. 10 of Cups, the High Priestess, the 9 of Swords, what you're worried about is stupid because there's a 6 of Wands. We're getting real tonight. I'm putting these up for a second. So this is for the love. Someone's going to find their happiness with or without you is what I heard. That's where we're at. Because this is what we're after. You know it. This is not up for debate. The fates have this as well. The fates have this in hand. It is terrifying. It is absolutely scaring the crap out of you, especially if you're the one that has to make the move. But there is victory here, and it is beautiful. It's beautiful. What are you worried about? You know what? For the person that is reading, and we have gone over an hour. Yes, we have, but big moment, and it's been a few days, right? Big moment, and it's been a few days. I'll try to put a, no, I won't try. I'll definitely do it. I'll put a short for this too. Somewhere. Big moment. Big moment. The person who's worried, what are they worried about? What are they worried about? What are they worried about? Spirit, can you tell me? What are they worried about? The Empress. That's 2. And I think that's going with that King of Pentacles. The Empress leaving, maybe? There's a red dress here, like the Empress has on a red dress. That's what you're worried about? Stopping? Not allowing? You can't allow. Okay, so, all right, what's the guidance here? Whoa. That's what I think. One of you. What's the guidance here from Spirit? That to me is the strength and courage card right there. Don't stop fighting now. So I heard. Don't stop fighting now. What's the guidance here, Spirit? The guidance here. We've gone way over. And for whoever needed this message, what's the guidance? What's the last high level guidance? What does this person need to take from this reading? Victory, 6 of Wands, Temperance. The timing is now, the Devil, and the 5 of Pentacles. You're about to overcome some major shit. This could literally be about wintertime. That's what I heard. It could literally be this timing piece about wintertime. Sometimes that happens. The high level guidance here. There's victory. You're about to overcome some major shit. That's what I heard to begin with. You're about to overcome some major shit. High level. What is the guidance here? Trust. That's what I heard. Trust. Trust. Is that it? Transformative. Trust. Okay, for somebody I heard this is what's going to make or break you. There it is again. The Death card and the 6 of Cups. Like this is an end to this. Yeah. 4 of Wands. To the 2 of Cups. 4 of Wands to the 2 of Cups. So, I mean, I want one last thing. Yeah, I want one last thing. Hold on. This will be what makes or break you. This is, for some, it is absolutely a timing piece, the winter time. For some, as the medicine mother, mother medicine. I can't remember what it's called now. That message, as it says, you know, sometimes you have to be the one to put the end to the thing, but either way, you have to take an action. You're being called to action right now. We got that Judgment card. That's not up for debate. There's travel cards here with your wands, with your ships. You have the 7 of Swords that came out. I mean, this is a matter of making a move. There's definite wands. There's definite swords. Not a lot of swords, though. The swords are more like confirmations of here you go. Knight of Swords came out twice, so that's fast movement. You have the 8 of Wands, too, with the waterfall. And then you have the King of Wands, action-oriented. You have courage here. You have Justice and you have Two of Swords that just came out, but I didn't ask question, Spirit, so if they're meant to come out, let them come back out. But this is getting balanced. Getting balanced. You have Six of Swords twice, right? Six of Swords came out twice, I believe. Pretty sure. Spirit, we've got the guidance. We've got the message. What's the most likely outcome for the person who takes heed to the message? For the person who takes heed to the message on this 1111 portal, what they need to focus and manifest on in order to bring into fruition, what is the most likely outcome? What is the most likely outcome? A new beginning. Truth. A new beginning, truth. The most likely outcome for the person who takes heed. Putting the swords down. That could also be Six of Swords, but for the most likely outcome, a truth about the battle, a truth about the Queen of Pentacles. So we now have all of the divine players here. The only one we're missing is the Emperor. But as far as kings and queens go, they're all here. What is the truth here? Divine counterparts, divine counterparts. What is the most likely outcome? I didn't mean to ask what the truth is here. So Wounded Warrior. The most likely outcome. The most likely outcome. Seven of Wands. A truth. A truth worth fighting for. King of Cups. Oh, we have the Queen of Cups too. That's right. Yeah, okay. So now we've got all of them. That didn't come out, but the Eight of Swords, the worry, the fear, fighting. Fighting. What's the most likely outcome here? Struggling. To the Page of Wands. An idea, a new step, a new step. That's what I heard. An idea, a new step, the most likely outcome here. And the World and the Two of Swords. There's an ending, yeah. There's the freaking Wheel of Fortune. And there's the Six of Wands. It is a victory. I think it's overcoming your demons is what I heard. Overcoming your demons. I don't know who that's for. And there's the Lovers on the bottom. Sorry, I don't want to get in trouble. Overcoming your demons. Moving into union for some. Running away for others. Seven of Swords. And the Eight of Wands. What did I say? For the person like who's like leaving. But okay, so I think you have a couple of options here. Wow. The High Priestess and the Strength card again. Yeah. Whatever it is, it's not going to be easy. It never is. I say that every freaking reading, I swear. I swear. It comes out every single time in some form or fashion. This is not about work. Sorry for anybody who was wanting a career reading. That's not what this is about. It can be. If you feel like there were certain aspects of this reading that came out that absolutely resonated with what it is that you do for a job or a career, you know, or where it is that you want to go, great. I'm glad you got that message. That is not what's coming down to me. This is absolutely about what feels like a soul journey. It feels like, here I go with the 11s, okay? It feels, and maybe even the horns, depending on how you look at it, because the devil came out a couple times, right? But this is an action-oriented reading. When you look at the oracles, when you look at the messages that came out, when you look at where the planets are moving and what we've been experiencing and what we're getting ready to start experiencing, this is a matter of, it's quite literally this simple. Where are you and where are you going? And now here is your opportunity to do the thing. If you don't, The tower is going to fall. The tower is going to fall. I do need that. The tower is going to fall. And that is either your aha moment, or it is what, there's the confirmation, Ace of Cups. Okay. But the tower is going to fall. You have to walk from, is that what I think it is? The tower is going to fall. Confirmation, Ace of Cups. The tower is going to fall. It is a new opportunity. Let it fall. Oh, let the fucking tower fall. Sorry. Sorry. We're all adults here. Better be. If you're not an adult, don't be on my channel. Get off. The tower is about to fall. Let it fall. Let it fall. Yeah, and I don't normally read, that's a 3 of Cups. If this is something to do with third party, it's about to come down to 2. Whether you want it there. I'm just saying. 9 of Cups came out too at some point. I don't remember seeing that. The tower, if it was third party, is coming down to 2. What'd I say? Yeah. Somebody's walking away. Somebody's walking away. Is it you or them? Queen of Wands, walking towards. Is it you or them? Now I want to know. Now we're in it. Different perspective. The Hangman. Getting a different perspective. Feeling like something's not coming in, but it's actually rushing in. I've got the 4 of Cups there. Again, a spirit, an offer from spirit. And then the Knight of Swords. Walking towards Queen of Wands. Is that what you're telling me? I said somebody's about to walk away. And you told me Hangman. Hold on. 6 of Pentacles. Writing the, to bring justice to the unjust, right? Wasn't that in the Oracle? Something about that? Oh. From holding back to moving forward. 4 of Pentacles to the 6 of Swords. From holding back to moving forward. No longer holding back. A juggling. 2 of Pentacles. What's the last message here, Spirit? Because you got me in this now. 4 of Swords. Peace, rest, trust. 5 of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Temperance card. The reason why I am moving and I'm excited is because now we have it. Okay. The mourning, the loss, the 2 of Cups. What'd I say? If it was the third, 3 of Cups, right? If there was a third party situation here, it is becoming a 2. This is not easy. Whatever this transition is, whatever that third party is. Third party can be anything. Pick a noun. It's a new beginning. There's an ending of a cycle and a beginning of a new one. This is the balance that is being had. And to the Empress, you now have your Emperor. Yeah. Like another Ace of Cups confirmation. It is love. It is, obviously this is all about love. Woo! That 5 of Pentacles is strong though. If you don't depend on each other through this time, you will lose each other. That is King of Swords, Page of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, 9 of Wands. Yeah, there's an ending here. There's definitely an ending and a beginning. There's no way around it. There's always endings and beginnings. Okay, so to close this out, the people on this path, the Fool's journey requires courage. Okay, that's the name of this video. The Fool's journey requires courage. For the 1111. Do you see this? The absolute gripping tight. Do you see all the stars that are representative of Pentacles because it's 5 Pentacles? Yes, but they're stars. Okay? You see the door open? Do they go in or are they being chased out? Either way, there is a choice here. You have to decide what you're holding on. You have to decide what you're holding on to and for what purpose. So if you're here and you want to be here, are you going to hold on to what's back here? Because that just means you're going to stay here. And you're going to repeat this cycle in between, right here, over and over. This is how it works. The tower is going to fall. For whoever needs that message, let it fall. Let it fall. I would suggest this evening, write down where it is you want to be. That's simple. That's the simplicity card, okay? Write down where it is where you want to be. And what are you willing to do about it now? What step are you willing to take now to get there? It's a tough question to ask, much less answer. The way that you can answer this, truthfully, to yourself, is say, what are you willing to accept if you don't? What's your worst case scenario? If you don't make the move that you're let's say, like, I know I want to be, God, pick something stupid. I know I want to, I can't even think of the only thing. Okay. I know I want to live on top of a mountain. That's so stupid, but I know I want to live on top of a mountain. That's where I want to be. It's what I've been manifesting. It's what I've been hoping. It's what I've been dreaming. I know I want to live on top of a mountain. And the pinnacle keeps coming back to me. Pentacle as in like a mountain. Pinnacle, not pentacle. Pinnacle, like a mountain. Anyway, I know that I want to live on top of a mountain when I grow up. Sorry. So that means that I have to do something today. Like if this is going to happen, I love this card so much. Oh my God. And it's there. I didn't even realize it again. I'll show you. Hold on. I know that if I want to reach the top of that mountain and, put my flag in the earth and build my foundation and, have my house or whatever, I have to make a move in that direction right here, right now. Like you feel it in your bones. There's no way about it. Because let's say it's a certain house even, right? Let's say there was a certain house that you wanted that's on top of the mountain and it goes up for sale today. That's it, today, right? And you've been dreaming about this house. You've been saying that this house is going to be yours. You're going to make this house yours. You love this house. You want this house. You've got to have this house on top of the mountain. You need it. It's your everything. Your whole life revolves around this happening. Okay? It's for sale today. Anybody can put in a bid. You don't have any control over that, right? Anything can happen. Somebody could put in a bid that those people, it's an offer they don't want to refuse, right? So what are you willing to do today that will get you that house tomorrow? Or, however long it takes to buy the house, right? What are you willing to do today? Or let's say you got wind. That might be a better analogy. Let's say you got wind of the house is going to be on the market in 6 months. Let's say you know the owners of the house. You know for a fact this is going to happen, right? For a fact, the house is going to go up for sale in 6 months. Now, again, anything can happen between now and 6 months because the owners of the house could, God forbid, pass away. And then there's like probate and whoever they left the house to in the will, even though they said they were going to sell the house, but anything can happen. There's so many freaking options of things that can happen. And they say they're going to put the house up for sale. It's going to go up for sale in like 6 months. You have to do something now in order to be eligible for that house in 6 months. And let's say you've been working, let's say you've been saving, but you're not quite there. And you've got to have another amount, right? Like however much, whatever. I don't know why this analogy is the one that's coming up, or is this an analogy? It's fine. But are you willing to sacrifice another 5% of your paycheck to get you there, to make sure that when it comes on the market, you can buy the house? What about 10? What if you've done the math and you're like, yeah, I have to do 15%. I have to sacrifice another 15% of my paycheck in order to get that house. at what they're going to put it on the market for. Doesn't mean that another offer is not going to come in. Does not mean that at all. But just to do that, right? What if there's some more work that you need to do on your credit? Are you willing to do it? Or is this just a pipe dream for you? If it's just a pipe dream for you, well, then be happy with where you are, because that is where you will remain. And that is okay. That is okay. If it's just like I want to be a millionaire, we can all want things. We want things all the time, actually, right? What are you going to do to make that happen? Are you going to invest in certain stocks? Are you going to put a certain percentage back into it, like a 401k or an IRA or whatever? Are you going to buy the lottery ticket every week? What are you willing to do to get what you want? And if you're not going to do the things, then you need to have a real talk with self. And it's this simple. It's this simple. And you say, okay, no, I'm not going to do the things. Yes. Hell yes. 15% done. No questions asked. Is that going to take away perhaps special meals that you're accustomed to? Perhaps it takes away from movies you're used to buying. Perhaps it takes away from the extra treats for your children even, or toys, or maybe time spent. Maybe it means if you don't have 15% of your check to give, you have to go get a second job, but you do what the hell you got to do in order to get that 15% that is necessary for that down payment for that house when it comes on the market in 6 months. And this is the tough love part. That's funny. Sorry. Tough love came through one of the astrology things, but this is where you're at. This is when the rubber meets the road. This is going into that Aries. What you do right now will impact where you are, not only in 5 minutes, but it'll impact you, so long as you're able to wake up the next day, tomorrow, and where you're at tomorrow is going to impact where you are next week, and where you are next week is going to impact where you are in a month, and so on. And if you think that not making a decision is not going to impact that, good luck. Now, I wanted to show this to you because these came out again. And again, here we are at the end of the reading, and I don't see them till later. Whoever this message is for, have the real talk with yourself. You're running out. You're running out. Whatever that means to you, you're running out. Okay, that's it. This might be the longest reading we've ever done. Medicine Mother, I was right. Your inner knowing. Sorry. Sometimes you got to do the hard things for the right reasons. 11/11, January 11th, 2026, 1. Thank you all for being here. Let's keep going. Have a good night.